Coming up in this video, what is a medium? It's not what you think. If you have any questions as we go, drop them in the comments. If we don't get to your questions live, we will answer any questions on the replay.
We're pretty good at that. I'll say David is better at it than I am. I'm sort of Gemini once I get offline. More and more people are curious about unlocking the inner mysteries about how they tick and all the spiritual stuff. But I find people are a lot smarter than they might have been in the past because they have a lot more information.
And we know that it can get cray-cray out there when people try to make things more mysterious than they actually are.
My dad was a scientist and he was also a mystic. He used to tell me that beneath any mystic event, spirituality, there's the law of physics. It's just that we haven't figured out how it works. So one question we get from a lot of those inquiring minds seeking what the mysterious is what is a medium? I mean, it's a simple question, right? But I find that it can be very complicated and a lot of extra bougie in there.
Yep, or bullshit. So matter of fact, there was a recent CBS poll showing that 57% of the population believes in psychic phenomenon.
Wow. And on top of that, 41% of the overall population, not 41% of the 57, but 41% of the overall population.
Everybody in the world
Actively hires practitioners of the intuitive arts at least once, if not multiple times in their lifetime.
And that's important because in order to crack that mystery, you have to stop walking around in the dark and start asking the questions and getting the right answers.
That's kind of what we're covering today. So I see you guys are popping on and joining us. As you guys come on, give us a live tribe if you're live.
Hashtag live tribe. And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay fam.
Gotta love my David. So also let us know where you're watching from because we got Zen heads all over the world and I love to see where you guys are from in case we want to come visit and crash your house and stay on your couch. We are going to help you understand exactly what a medium is, and what it is not. So for those of you that don't know us yet, I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
From SunWestGarden.
Yes. Helping people create
badass lives.
With the science of self-growth and the magic of mysticism.
We like to demystify that shit. I want to talk about a movie. Okay, so do you guys remember, let's get into it, the movie The Sixth Sense? If you watched the movie, say...
Drop it in the comments.
Watched it, whatever.
Hashtag Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, give me a hashtag Sixth Sense if you watched it, about the child medium and the famous quote, I see dead people. Right? And
does anybody know that quote?
Everybody know the quote, I see dead people. You might even have heard the quote, I see dead people, and not seen the movie. It's from the movie Sixth Sense.
Yep.
His ability was kind of a problem for him, right? He saw everywhere dead people. So being open like that all the time on the regular is a problem. And as a trained medium, you learn to manage your gift at a higher level than that. So he was just kind of a child medium and it was an open, raw gift.
Yep.
Has anyone experienced that as a child here? I mean, I was one of those kids who was like,
I never got over inundated, but I was open. Mine was more with people's emotions.
Right.
So I would find myself over inundated with people's emotions. And again, that's an untrained skill. It's still a skill, it's just untrained. So if you find yourself over inundated in any way, shape, or form, practice.
It's called raw talent. Everybody, raw talent comes in many forms. So now it's kind of time for the good stuff. Let's get into the meat of it. Let's get into what is a medium.
So
here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tip number one, okay, a medium can sense what is beyond. And I'm going to put beyond in quotes because beyond is always theoretical. We can call it the spirit world. We can call it whatever, but
that's when you miss your exit. You go beyond.
If you want to look at it from, like I said, I was raised by a scientist and a mystic in one person. So I look at it from both angles. A medium is anyone who can tap into what we call invisible reality. I'm going to call it a more sciencey kind of theoretical name, or the spirit world, and has practiced the techniques of mediumship enough to stabilize the ability. That's the key, stabilizing the ability.
And then from there, conveys that information in some way that is useful. Such as to relieve grief, maybe bring comfort to the living, that there is something, that their loved one has made it, that there's something beyond, that when they pass over, there's some place that they can go to because they've got confirmation that this is not the end. There's a continuity to life.
Real, and that is the end game of mediumship, right? That's the purpose for it. It's not a dog and pony show. It's not a crystal ball thing to show how cool you are. Well, okay, so take the boy in the movie Sixth Sense, for instance. He had the raw ability of mediumship, but he had not stabilized the gift and was just figuring it out. And what was he supposed to do with it? That's where I think most mediums are. And unfortunately, a lot of practicing mediums are, and they just think that's all you need to do.
And they kind of get stuck in there. In real life, a trained medium studies and practices to be able to use the ability at will as a function of a trained mind. And we say this all the time. Any ability is a function of mind. It's not just a random haphazard thing that disrupts your entire whole world.
That's kind of a part of the mediumship training program that David and I have developed from over our years of training mediums. I want you to drop in the comments, just for fun, because David and I are movie buffs. I want you to write down the last movie you saw, and I want you to put a 1 to 5, 5 being you loved it, 1 being it sucked.
Hated it.
Because we're always looking for new movies to see. Nothing to do with mediumship. We're just curious because we like to get to know you guys.
And we like movies.
Tip number 2 about what is a medium. Having mediumship ability is not the same as being a trained professional medium. Let's elaborate on that a little bit. Just for shits and giggles, raise your hand if any of you guys have trained with us in our mediumship program. I want you to raise your hand in the comments. Maybe put a little crystal ball in there. That'd be fun, right?
Or your favorite part.
Just because someone has mediumship ability, like we said, they may still be an untrained amateur medium.
A lot of people will have a mediumship experience at some point in their lifetime. Everybody, even the untrained, even the people that don't even believe in it. Such as a visit from grandpa after he passed away. Just like many of us can jog around the block, but we'll never train to run a marathon. And some days we jog better than others.
And the problem with that is the public usually doesn't know the difference between a trained medium and one who is not. And it's true. I want to clarify something about mediumship, because there's a lot of like super conservative Christians who are like, mediumship is bad. Mediumship itself is a function of your mind that enables you to see into the other world, the spirit world, the invisible reality. So everyone has mediumship ability on some level, like the marathon runner compared to the person that jogs around the block. It's a range of abilities. So you cannot connect to the spirit world or have a visit from grandpa after he passes unless you are using the ability of mediumship, the function of mediumship, because it just means that you're connecting to the other side, right? So no prophet in the Bible is not a medium who connected to the great beyond and brought messages and wrote wisdom literature. Every single one had to connect with the ability of mediumship. So when I hear conservative Christians say, so the devil, I'm like, it's just a function of your mind to be able to tap into that brain state that connects to that invisible reality. Hope I cleared that up. Okay. So while the medium might be doing the best that they can, they might not know what they don't know.
An example might be somebody who gives a reading with a lot of drama or fear and a bunch of filler, woojy, junk, fluff information, because that's what it looked like in the movies. I see your dead grandma and she wants you to know that she's not doing so good.
Stop with the drama. So I'm just going off, but these are just one of like thousands of tips and ever growing in our advanced mediumship training program, which I see Nancy is online. She's taking it. I think.
Infinity War, score 5. We've got Star Trek Beyond, another 5. All right, I haven't even seen Star Trek yet.
Lady in the Water 5. And we're talking about M. Night Shyamalan movies right now. That's awesome. Tracy Patterson says we are all mediums. We just have to remember our gifts. Yes.
And I'm going to take that one a step further. So we're all mediums. We just have to remember our gifts. And the step further is we have to train them. Okay, so just remembering your gifts is not, that's the first part. Then training them. getting quality information, training, and educating yourself and practicing.
Well, deciding on where you want to take your mediumship, So for me, I always want to up my level. So I'm always looking for new information and learning from the masters who've gone before. And I think that's important. So how are we doing so far, guys? Are you guys getting this? Is this all making sense?
Let us know with a like.
Yes.
Give us a heart, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, whatever it is. Let us know that we're doing good and that you guys are enjoying this information so far.
Tip number 3, a medium is not a magic 8 ball.
Boom.
And this is something I think that confuses a lot of people who are not trained mediums, because they'll go in and they'll feel obligated to give some sort of like proof answer, but it's not how the spirit world works. It's not going to cooperate with you the way you think it does in the movies, right? So in a session, a trained evidentiary message medium, which is evidentiary means a piece of evidence needs to be given, but the evidentiary message medium stays open to receive what we call a proof of identity from your loved one. They are not here for the dog and pony show to tell you what color underwear you have on. And by the way, that's not even mediumship information. That's purely psychic information.
Right.
Different skill set.
So a medium is connecting with your loved one who wants to connect with you just as much as you hopefully do.
And this is where the medium gets their information.
Evidentiary medium will always have the goal to receive a proof of identity from your loved one. But the medium does not choose what that is. So you're not filling in the blanks. You're not making something up. You're not pulling something from the ether and just blurting it out because, oh, maybe this will fit. Maybe this will work.
So for instance, if you were asking the medium to get you to ask your loved one where you left the keys, and your deceased loved one came all this way to say hi because there's like a connection to be made, you might be missing the point, and you might actually piss off your loved one. Like, you know what? I don't care about the keys. I just came to like, say here's this.
Who's got the keys? Who the fuck cares?
Oh, these are
cares.
Yeah. Make this more clear about the medium.
Clarify.
Medium not being a magic 8 ball, but the medium does bring forth some type of proof of identity. Then that's what they're staying open to receive, is a type of proof of identity that makes you know that this is your loved one.
Yep.
And I think the one I use example a lot from a session that I use is like when a young man came in, his friend passed away. He showed up with a red car door. So the red car door was a proof of identity that this was his friend. Like, I didn't know that he died in a car crash or that it was a red car and he was a passenger. That would be a proof of identity. So the medium's looking to receive a proof of identity that's very specific to that person. It's not your grandma loves you, your friend misses you. It's a proof of identity.
Yeah, it's not overly generic. It's very specific, and most of the time doesn't make any sense to you as the medium, because it's not for you.
And it's not something that you ask the medium to prove.
Right.
Ask my grandpa to, prove what's the one thing that my grandpa said to me on August 6, 1977. No. It doesn't work that way. The loved one is going to deliver a proof of identity to the medium, and the medium will deliver it to you. And so that if you go in, if you have a medium reading with a medium that's a trained professional medium, know that they're staying open to receive something, and then they're going to give it to you. But it's not for you to like demand things from the spirit world. You're just going to, your relatives are like, dude, I'm trying to it's hard enough to connect, right?
It's hard enough to show up, let alone give you what you want. I've got information for you. I've got proof for you, but I'm not going to do it your way.
So that's one way that I see a lot of people block what could be a really good mediumship reading. So anyway, this is a lot of stuff we get into in our advanced mediumship training. Are you guys excited that we get excited about clearing up these kind of mysteries and really stupid things we see happening in our niche. So
we want to know if your mind is blown yet. Have we blown your mind yet? And have we cleared up some mysteries or busted some myths?
Because we'd like to be the spiritual myth busters.
Let us know with a like, with a thumbs up. You can't run an agenda. Absolutely not with mediumship, not with anything in life.
Yes,
Amanda says, ooh, love the painting behind you. Feel so much love coming from it. Absolutely. We've got actually an entire wall back here, most of which is done by one of our Zen Ed members, Chelsea Marchand from the Marchand Art Gallery.
Yes, this one was given to my Lisa Mack, a wonderful artist friend of mine who gave it to me when I went through my divorce in 2006 and said, you are a rose that is now blooming to become yourself. So there's a lot of love in that painting. And
not only that,
beautiful.
This is the painting that basically instigated or created or gave the inspiration to Zen Rose Garden.
Exactly. So you're picking up, see? You're
picking it up when we're laying it down.
Spidey senses.
Yep.
So
Amy says, you guys always blow my mind with all the awesome info and training you provide. Oh, Amy, you rock.
So we do need your help because it takes a tribe, right? So share this video. So we do want to shout out one of our Zen heads, Christy W, because you guys give us love and we want to like shout you out for doing it. But she shared an experience with us. She said exactly what I needed. I'm not sure my words can describe the healing that took place the day I met these two. I'm very uncomfortable with sharing, but she did share. So she said we could share, especially with strangers, but this team has that welcome energy and boy, did they share it. Life has been different since. They left me with something amazing that day myself.
And we want to thank you, Christy. Our biggest goal is to help you, find you, and be you, boo.
You know, I don't think you're ever living your truest, happiest life until you are truly comfortable to be you.
Absolutely.
So
we've learned that self-growth and developing your intuition for a badass life go together like sushi and Sapporo.
And sake, a really good sake.
And for those of you who know us, we love sushi, Sapporo, and sake. A really quality good sake.
Yes. The cold sake, they're really good. Yeah.
Right.
Drop your favorite sake in the comments. You know that the hot sake is trying to cover up that it's cheap sake, right? So like the really good sake is
that's a bonus tip.
That's a bonus tip right now. So anyway, that is why, not for sushi, but that's why we created our signature subscription membership group, Zen Ed Academy. Raise your hand if you're already a member.
Are you tired of all of the confusing, spiritual, mystical, woojie fluff out there?
Yeah. Zen Ed Academy is where the science of self-growth meets the magic of mysticism. So this will work for you even if you are allergic to fairy dust and just want real information without all of the unicorn poop. You guys know what I mean.
This will also work for you even if you are a complete virgin to this and have never had your mystical cherry popped.
Right. And that's okay with us. We're okay with mystical virgins.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm talking about. What do you need to do to get into the academy?
Click the link in the description. Start the first lesson of our Advanced Mediumship Development Training course. It's a 20-hour course. There's a lot of amazing stuff in there. And this is going to get you on your way to getting a better grasp on how to navigate the world of the mystical without getting lost in the clouds.
So all that info is down below.
If you liked this video, hit that like button.
If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We love to hear from you, and that's where we get our ideas for our videos. So do it.
Absolutely. For more badass life tips,
be sure to subscribe
and click the bell to turn notifications on.
So you guys are the first to know
when we drop a new video.
Like that. Or go live.
And we know that time is a valuable and precious resource. The fact that you've chosen to spend that with us, not only with us, but most importantly for yourself, leveling up your skills, we honor and appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video. Outro dance.